Hey, you guys, I pray all is well. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shaquan, and I am here to go over what the dollar index has done and how it can affect the currency pairs that you guys are trading. Now, right now, my voice is a little bit hoarse. Getting over it being hoarse, and so just bear with me, okay? Now, the dollar index has reversed. Okay, and the reversal is very simple. It just basically means that price is going from an uptrend and now it's going to a downtrend, or price is going from a downtrend and now we're going to be going to an uptrend. And in this case, it's going from an uptrend to a downtrend. And this is the first reversal since 2021. Okay, you guys can see price started to climb up here in this area in late of last year, and she just had a series of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And she's just finally passed the last higher low. Now, if you've also noticed, that means that we've been buying up USD CAD, USD Swiss, USD JPY, selling off overall the overall theme of Euro USD, Pound USD, no New Zealand Dollar USD, AUD USD. Now, the question is, since the dollar is reversing, what does that mean? Like, what should you do next? I think now what you have to do is first analyze where the dollar can go and then analyze the currency pairs closest to it and where they can go next. So I'm going to go over two, maybe three of the most currently related currency pairs to the dollar index. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is reanalyze this one. Now, when I say reanalyze, it just basically means to update. You don't have to really change anything on this price chart. Okay. The only thing that you really want to change, or I would say no, is what is price doing now? We've already mentioned that it's reversed. The last higher low is here at 102.351. So now instead of being the buyer, because price has been in an uptrend all this time, your mind should change. It is now time for me to be the seller. In order for you to remain the seller, price needs to stay below 104.998, or basically 105, so $105. Okay. So this is where you're going to put your structure on the chart. No matter what you trade, it could be a trend line, it could be support and resistance. I am a supply and demand trader. I get asked if I'm trading ICT, OTC. I don't know whatever strategy it is. No, I have my own system. Okay. So I trade my estimation zones. All right. And they're unique to how I put them on my chart and how I only teach my clients. Okay. So there's like a rhythm behind it. And it's just basically price just needs to stay below 104s. But at the same time, we're going to go up to this weekly time frame because we got to find that leading candle. And this is that leading candle here on the weekly time frame that we need price to stay below. So basically, when we talk about leading candles, we're talking about candles that could lead us into entries. And basically, there's a range that price, I would like to see price pull back and test, because I don't want to get into a sale automatically. You should not want to get into a sale automatically either, because you want to make sure that price can stay below 105s. That's one of the best ways to see if price can do that. Get a pullback. Okay. And so we have a range now in which if price does stay below, then we can take a sale. So as you guys are seeing, I have a higher high here on the weekly. The price tag tool, the price note tool changed colors. One of the reasons this changes colors is because I'm notating the time frame that I have gotten this information from, which is the weekly time frame. Okay, so I'm going to drop down to my daily. I want to see if price can pull back into this range here. And then if she can, then we can potentially see price continue down. Now, the where part is interesting, okay? Because the where part, it covers a multitude of areas. We would have to kind of go up one time frame as well, which is the monthly time frame. One of the very last higher low now on this on the indice here is down here above $88, and you guys can see how price tapped on it here. Okay, and this is subjective too. You could say higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we had a series of highs up here and then price coming down here. But I'm gonna kind of have two areas where price could potentially pull back to. One of the first areas is right here around $90. Okay, actually kind of be the same area here around $90. Okay, and so if price can pull back down to $90, this is a long term perspective because I am a swing trader. So I'm looking at the higher time frames. I don't care what the lower time frames are doing because I'm not trying to dip in and out for the analysis part. I have to look at the overall movement. So over the next year or two, maybe price could actually decrease because now price looks like it's due for a retracement. And we can see here on the weekly now as we go from top down analysis, how I was just explaining first to reversal, now where price can go to next. All right. Now, one of the most immediate points where price could go could be $99. So I'm going to have to look at the short term too. And then we'll see how price can go. But for right now, I want to get that pullback. Now, this is why the pullback is important because it leads us to our next entry. Now, I just got stopped out of Euro USD. I've not traded Euro USD in a while, and I was hoping that price could stay below the last high here when you erase some of this stuff so that we can see. Okay, I was hoping that price could stay below the last lower high right here at 1.06, but price did not because she had also made a new lower low. And one of the things that I love doing and love teaching as a trend trader is you keep trading with the trend until you're stopped out or until the trend changes. And this is the trend changing here. So now what am I going to do? Well, price just reversed. Just like on that how I just did on the indice on the dollar index, I need to say where I want to take my next entry from. And we need price to stay above right? This last low here. Okay, same low on the daily time frame. So there is a range in which I'm going to want to see price come back to retest. Okay, and this is the range here. And this is on the higher time frame, so it gives me time to see how far price will move up before continuing back down. Now, if you guys notice right here on the weekly time frame, price is still pushing down. She's still making lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs. So right now, price is literally just retracing for right now. Okay, and so one of the most immediate areas where price could come at to test could be right here below 1.11892. All right, so this is where price could be retracing to next, and then issue reverses, then price could go up higher, and I'll look for some key indications there. But I do want to buy this now because I can say what price is in the potential retracement or on the daily and uptrend. Okay, so we have an area in which we want to see price pull back, give some bullish momentum, and then continue up, which means to have a really good risk to reward. If price could go up just a little bit and then pull back, just like how I'm saying on the dollar index, because these are inverse currency pairs or negatively correlated currency pairs or pairs that move opposite of one another. If the dollar continues to drop, I want to see if Euro USD is going to continue to rise. Let's see what USD Swiss is doing. USD Swiss is the same way, okay? Now, USD Swiss, there's not really a reversal here on the daily time frame. I mean, unless you just break this area down here on a lower time frame. But what I do like about this one is that price has a very beautiful bearish engulfing candlestick right here, and price could continue to push down. But if she does pull back, I want to look to see if she's going to pull back to test some of the range of this bearish engulfing candlestick. Okay, and if it does, I'm more so looking at 0.98786 area to get into my position. Now, this is a maybe because if we look at what price is doing right here on USD Swiss, you guys can see she was making a Swiss in between this area here of higher highs and higher lows going back up to the upside. But overall, this thing has been pushing up for quite some time, and she's now even starting to retrace here. And so if Euro USD gets a pullback and then continues up, I want to see if USD Swiss can get a pullback and then continue down. But this is something that we will have to see because we don't know what the volatility will look like. Volatility just basically means how price is going to fluctuate. This is high volatility, or AKA high momentum, because price has just been going, 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 going with no pullbacks in mind. If you look back at Euro USD, she's had some pullbacks, but they've not really been stable. I mean, you've had some consolidation, you've had some false breakouts, you've had some times when it looked really good, but this hasn't been a fan favorite this year. Okay, just depending on how you trade this pair. Okay, I know from my technique, this has not been my fan favorite this year. This is not the time to force positions either. So we will see how it looks as price continues and as it flows. I do think there are other, excuse me, currency pairs that are better to trade, but we'll just see from here. Okay, so this is just an analysis on what could happen based on the dollar index. Of course, use your own technique and your own knowledge to see what you want to do next on these currency pairs. Really, there's no positions to be had on either currency pair that I just went over. It's just what could potentially happen. And this is what's going to help you be a good trader, is knowing when to sit on your hands and not be so quick to want to take a trade, because if you're so quick to take a trade, you could get stopped out too. And you don't want to go into a losing streak forcing something, and then you're going into this mode thinking you're wrong, or thinking you're not doing something right. The only thing you can do right is just be patient until the setup comes to you, so you're not chasing the money. Okay, because it's gonna come. But looking at the higher time frame does allow me to just see a little bit better, and I love looking at higher time frames because I don't want to be glued to these price charts. Okay, you just overanalyze. Now, getting into this next part with how I work with other traders, because there's been a boatload of scammers out here. So in every video, I'm going to have to mention this, you guys. I am a real person, but I do not trade for people. I teach people how to trade. You will see me. You will see my face. You will hear my voice. I do not record material as a teaching method, okay? Meaning this, I do not sell my courses. I do not sell courses, okay? When I teach people live, like how I'm speaking to you guys, so they can ask questions and we can have a dialogue and speak back and forth. I do not have a WhatsApp page. I do not have a Telegram. I do not teach through my Facebook. I only have one Facebook, and it's for my personal family and friends. I do not talk about trading on my Facebook. I only have one Instagram, and only people who work with me are people who book calls with me first, because there is an exchange of funds. And until you see me and you speak to me and I tell you how we work together and I hear your trading problems face to face, virtually, y'all are not talking to me if you work outside of those parameters. There are too many scammers who can take information and take people's contents and pretend to be them. Okay, I've had it happen too much. So unless you book a call with me and you see my face, do not exchange funds with anybody. I don't trade for people. I don't make guarantees. I don't make promises or any of those things. Okay, that's it. Now, if y'all have questions about that, or if you have questions about the analysis, then you could put it in the comment section and let me know. Okay, what do you think about the dollar index? How do you think it's going to move? What do you think about Euro USD? What do you think about USD Swiss? Or how the dollar index is going to affect these other major currency pairs? I'm excited to know what you think. Okay, I'm going to go rest my voice now. I will talk to you guys in the next video. You guys be blessed.